think that was the last of the lions in this area. Patrolling ones. The druids were up there. Let's go check the druids. Also keep us some news. Are we building something in the keep? No, we should build something. Let's get the barracks, so we can hire people in the keep. I wish the Black Hound didn't have the label on him. It's kinda annoying that it shows all the time. I wonder if there's more than one feral druid. Oh, there's two. Oh crap, and we pulled him.
Oh, that didn't work! Need to try something else!
Crap, there's more. Bakery? What is that, Biomax?
Well?
Oh, you mean bakery? Yes, yes. Agreed.
Hey. Need something?
Ow. There's some electricity in the air tonight.
I suck!
Well, we just got the druid of our own, so we should know what this is. Whoa!
Well?
Ow. We should actually move from this.
Shadow!
That lightning effect is actually pretty damn cool. The doggy is dead. Well, almost dead. As usual.
Yes.
Must be a good movie.
What? This thing isn't doing the job.
Doggy died. Oh, Durant, what are you doing?
I didn't think anything could down the hairy fella.
Ouch. These druids are actually pretty damn nasty.
How may I help?
Some more lightning in there, not enough.
Yes.
Ready, Watcher.
I'm dead.
Yes?
What?
Rava will be on
Get up, lad!
Header is down.
Durin!
Ooh.
How may I help?
Moe. Ixie. Anna. Shit. Sure.
Holy shit. Well, you are dead again. Who's that? Duran?
Within rough.
Oh, Duran died fully. Ugh. Yeah. Ooh. Druid's badass. I got wrecked. Oof. Do we have shock resistance spells? That would be really nice. I think my wife is laughing at me.
I'll take care of
My
it.
misery. Ugh. I think we're coming back to the druids later on. That is a lot of damage. Lots of really powerful AoE. Let's go check the middle as well.
I see something.
Yeah, maybe Biomex. I don't know. I guess we could try them again in a moment. I'll check the area for other stuff first.
Ready. Well,
Hey. How may I help?
I'm here.
Where's the druid?
need
booth?
something? Ready.
Oh, there. Good.
So much for you. What?
It is very nice looking.
Dead on.
Ah! So much for you.
Ouch. Lots of damage in this area. Oh, it's the window thing is exploding.
So much for you.
Damn it! We gotta take better care of Aloth.
Ah! What is it? What?
They got Sagani.
Yeah? Moab. Ixi. Anna.
The explosive shit is coming.
Moab. Ixi. Anna.
We're gonna need some resting
Ready.
really soon.
Hey.
I'm so tired I'd pay brothel. Just a nap. Curses! I'm blinder than a whore-poxed bat.
The lightning is also constant AoE damage. So it's pretty nasty.
Yes.
I think they casted like multiples
Light,
of those
flame,
lightnings on
and
us.
sound.
So no wonder we pretty much melted. This makes me think that when you use this one, it empties this and it opens an area in the middle here. I think that's very much the case. We seriously need to go to rest. Stop fighting some crazy druids. I'm not gonna fight the druids until we get some resting, at least.
I'll see what I can find.
We're gonna be so dead if we actually fight those now. Can it go down? There's water in the way. Let's go to that Durwood, it was Durwood, the town, whatever village was in here. Durford village. Get some resting in there. I hope they have a inn and stuff in there. They should. There's definitely some really strong enemies in this area. Much stronger than in the other area. Where I was starting to kinda out-level and out-power most of them as well.
Laying low.
Medrith. Boar companion. Hello. An elf idles by the road, watching the village across the river. He nods as you approach, and the cold figures standing near him fall silent. Greetings! A look of horror slowly forms on his face. Blazes, you've just come from the village, have you? How bad was it? How bad that was what? Haven't you heard? There's a murderer on the loose, said to have gone mad with grief and strangled a dozen healthy children when her own was hollow-born. Oof. He nods at the figures with him. We've come all the way from Defiance Bay to bring her to justice. Don't let me stop you. He nods across the river. She's hiding out in the village. We would go in after her ourselves, but the problem is she knows our faces. There's no telling what she would do if she saw us coming. And we would like to avoid any further unnecessary bloodshed. He leans closer. Her name's Naifre. She's an Orlan. We want to get her out of town so that we can deal with her cleanly. She knows we are looking for her. But if someone were to convince her that it's safe to leave... If she's a mass murderer, why didn't the Duke send the Crucible Knights after her? The powers that be want to keep things quiet, for obvious reasons. Better not to cause fuss, and certainly better not to startle her into doing something drastic. I could throw her out. He nods. She won't know you. It'll be simple. I have a few questions for you. What did Naifre do exactly? She was responsible for the murder of all those babies in Defiance Bay. Remember? Terrible thing. But we'll make her pay, alright. I should go back to the church. Oh. Temple of Berath. Derford Mill. Dragogen Inn. Trigel's Courier. Grieving Mother. Winfried's Arms and Armory. Let's check the temple first. So there is an inn. Let's go to the inn after this. Kilby.
And what does the flame reveal?
What's in here? Scroll of Confusion. Hello. You must be wanting Beodmar. He's out of town. I'm just keeping the candles lit until he gets back. Okay. So there's nothing in there currently. Let's go to the inn. We shouldn't just blind run in there. Let's go slowly. Who knows what's in the way, even in the town. A word traveler. I only inquire a moment. House Harond guard. The guard gives you an apprising eye. You've recently come to Durford, I take it. I don't suppose you saw a young elven noblewoman on the road. I'm stuck in this wretched place with the rest of my unit until we find her. Who is she? Lady Elis. He bites his lip. She's the daughter of the Lord Nestor Harond, and she's gone missing. He sighs. Perhaps you could go speak with Lord Harond at the inn. He'll be grateful for the assistance, and it could be the villagers open up to you more than they have to us. What's this house? Durford Mill? Just check the mill on the way. Hello.
Quiet, there's something ahead.
Veloon. Veloon's namesake is a yellow-orange fruit found in Old Valia. There's clear gemstone. These clear gemstones bear the similar yellow-orange color and are often cut like rubies, sapphires, and emeralds. Most of the world's known Veloon mines have long since dried up, and the stone has become one of the most sought after in recent years. Yoink. I like how they didn't care that they looted all their epic gems, but stealing their grain and flour will murder you if you touch those. Hello.
Feels like I've been tossed around in a snowstorm.
Damn Galavan for monsters like that, and damn the rest of the gods, too. Hey Rumbald. A man pays anger in front of a wrecked animal pen, his sun-weathered face twisted with ire. He's so wrapped up in his fury that he doesn't seem to notice you. Galavan's slobbering beast, blazing bloody effigy. Thrice damn salty wench and her soggy. What's wrong? That monster stole my pigs, traipsed into the village, tore down my pen, and made off with the whole damned herd. Just left a few little runs, and what am I supposed to do with them? What are you telling about? An ogre moved into the area not long ago. Folk had been seeing glimpses and tracks out in the wood, but it seemed to be staying away from town, or so we thought, until it made off with my pigs. Now everyone's afraid it's going to develop a taste for Keith, if it already hasn't. What do you mean to do now? I know it's too late to get my pigs back, but I would set my mind at ease to see the thing's head shorn from its neck. In fact, you bring its ugly pate to me, and I'll trade you for something that's of less use to a farmer like me than to a rowdy-looking sort of like you. What do you know about the ogre? Oh, living lands. It's the same as any other, I'm sure. A big, ugly son of a bitch with a nasty temper and appetite to match. Trigel could tell you more. He claims to have seen it in the woods. You can find him in his shop, right by the broken tower. He waves hand, but it's got to be tiny compared to the sorts of beasts you see up in the living lands. I've been sent to find an Orla named Nifre. Know where she is? Never heard of her. So we need to kill an ogre. It's in there. Shh. Vegetables. is this place? Is the smith area? I think we have a ton of shit to sell. It is.
Shh.
Hey Winfried.
Greetings.
A portly smiling man stands behind a warped wooden counter polishing a buckler. He looks up. Haven't seen you before. Always glad to see a new face in town. Company's good for business and Cheddar's good for the soul. That's what I always say. Anyhow, what can I do for you? What's been going on in Durford? Oh, we're a quiet little town. Not much happens here. Especially not since the legacy hit. People realized they couldn't have babies and just stopped trying altogether. And that takes a lot of excitement out of the day-to-day, if you can believe it. Show me what you have for sale. Ooh, tall grass. Pike two-handed. Ooh, accuracy +8. More weapon reach. Predatory. And crits can... That is very nice. Plus 10% crit. And crits inflict prone. And it's very accurate. That is very nice weapon. A group of Edron pikemen were disciplined in the battle that they garnered the attention of the Fergunung himself. He made them members of his personal retinue and ordered special weapons fashioned for them. They marched at the head of his procession, their movement perfectly synchronized and their pikes swaying like blades of grass in the wind. The pikemen began public favorite during royal festivals and parades, and both they and their weapons earned the nickname Tall Grass. That is a nice weapon. The Hours of Saint Rumbald. Great Sword. Annihilation. Crit damage multiplier. Nice. Overbearing. Crit scan and accurate. Holy crap. That's a nice great sword. Good thing I spent all my money rebuilding the castle, so we have no money to buy all of these epic weapons now. Saint Rumbald was among the first of the Eothasian pilgrims to take up the Emperor's offer of resettlement in the distant territory of Rearseras. A dedicated priest of the Shining God, Rumbald was regarded as the leader in his community, known both for his unwavering dedication to his congregation and his stern vigilance against lapses in doctrine. What survives of his sermons reflects his duality, for he emphasized the redemption power of the faith, even as he warned against the dire punishment awaiting those who rejected Eothas' beneficence. The colonization effort brought Eothasian settlers into direct conflict with the native Orlan populations, and Rumbald was among those credited with routing several brutal attacks upon the settlement. Ultimately, however, Rumbald was mortally wounded during a violent raid. Witnesses claimed that upon the moment of his death, Rumbald's body was suffused by an overwhelming burst of light, knocking the remaining Orlan warriors flat or else scattering them back into the forest. Accounts arose of Rumbald's final hours, describing the great miracle which were observed to have occurred during the day preceding his death. Eothas, it was said, had informed Rumbald of his fate, and the priest accepted this gladly and without fear, for he knew that the death was only a first step in his rebirth. He subsequently marked each of his final 27 hours with miraculous act, such as his congregation would know of the gift of Eothas had bestowed upon him, and continue Rumbald's work in his stead. Rather than stanch the flow of Eothasian settlers, Rumbald's death only encouraged more pilgrims to venture across the sea, eager to set their eyes upon the final resting place of Eothas' favored servant. The Hours of Saint Rumbald was forged in dedication to this patron saint of the resettlement, and its plate is inscribed with markings counting 27 hours before Rumbald's passing. In such manner was the plate imbued with the saint's power. It was said that the man might kneel before the sword and know his precision the moment of his death. Fergunung was the first king of the area. Okay, that's good to know. That is a very, very nice sword. Garage Keeper. Accuracy. More damage against prone, stunned, and flanked enemies. Road. One of the many Orlan slaves freed by the 10 Years Treaties, Masvan Khas swore vengeance against those who had wronged her and her people, gathering a small group of fellow freed Orlans to perform night raids on known slavers. She would go on to join the Gref's forces in putting down Cooper's rebellion, if in an unofficial capacity. And it was at this point that she acquired an ornately carved wooden rod from the home of a wealthy slave owner. Every time Cass brought down a foe, she would scratch a notch into the rod she wielded. By the time she lost possession of it, the rod bore a crisscross pattern along its length that many assumed was part of its original design. This is also pretty nice. Ritesi's Thorn, Spear. Accuracy Valiant. Nice, and Crushing Lash. That is a very nice spear as well. It's actually very cheap as well. The sight of Ritesi in the battlefield was something no combatant ever forgot. Stocky and short even by Orlan standards, Ritesi insisted on using a spear in lieu of any other weapon offered at him. To the frequent shock of his comrades, Ritesi proved an unstoppable force on the battlefield. No matter how overwhelming the odds, Ritesi could take down opponents with almost comical ease, leaping down heights to bring his spear down upon his foes with crushing force. Whenever it seemed that Ritesi might at last meet his end, the fearless Orlan would find a second wind and fight with renewed conviction. Mosquito. Rapier. Accuracy fine, draining of concentration. This finely crafted but unassuming rapier was created in a hot and humid forest of seed food. Its first owner was a minor nobleman named Edwin Grundmef, known in social circles of his obsequious manner and annoying habit of lingering too long where he was not wanted. Edwin had little use for the blade in the courts he frequented. When Edwin died an unnotable death, the blade passed to a young niece, Kaden Grundmef. She found that the weapon had characteristics of her uncle, good at interrupting in opportune times, draining the life out of anyone it came into contact with, and generally annoying presence. It was Kaden who gave the rapier its nickname, Mosquito, and used it regularly in the court duels. The weapon passed to Edwin's grandson in Dorwood upon her death. The Thane of Svinsron, he was lost during Glenfattan raid. Mosquito was lost with him, as he had no descendants or none of the Grundmets of Eder have made a claim on rapier. It has circulated among the anonymous Glenfattan and Dorwooden owners ever since. Some horrible words on that. So many of these cool items in here. Angios Gambeson. Damage reduction, athletics, and reflex. That is very nice. Light armor even. The renowned Valian acrobat Angio wore this garment while performing jaw-dropping feats that seemed to defy laws of nature and the standards of good sense. He would leap and tumble across wires suspended high above the ground, and while there is no evidence that this Gambeson actually reduced his intelligence, his concerns of safety lessened as his fame and skill grew. He forceful the wearing of safety harness and eventually the use of any kind of safety rope, claiming that these tethers limited his ability to perform. While his skill never failed him, one of his tightropes unfortunately. He plunged to his death at the foot of Ansense fortress. That is a very nice, very nice light armor right there. I might buy that. Extra damage reduction, athletics and reflex.